7+ years, only trade 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., no more than 3 shots a day. This week, I took about 4 setups, 1 loss, 2 clean wins, and 2 stop profits. So let's actually get into these trades, why I took them, what happened, right? So first, starting off, when I wake up and I get on the charts, first thing I do is look to the left and I look at these sessions from the previous night to just get an understanding of where liquidity is. Sessions, Asian and London are my primary typical targets and what I look to target if they're in the right position. And then I also always look to the left for additional liquidity to reference. So over here we had London. These London high was still open from here. Asian low was down here, which was already a primary target in my mind. And then London low was a primary target. I originally woke up at 8 a.m., which started out right here. Then they quickly reversed up going into 9 o'clock. First trade I took was 9:30 open. When 9:30 open, they launched a massive wick to the upside, sweeping London from the previous night, as well as, I want to say, sweeping London from over here to the left. Yep, they swept London from over here to the left by a hair. That was automatic entry criteria for me, so I immediately pulled the trade. Right in about here before the candle closes, within the last 2 minutes of the candle close, and pulled the trade. And then candle closed, 9:45 candle came out and pushed straight up and took me out. Also, too, now that I think about it, it's a fair value gap here on the H1. It's a little smaller here on the 15-minute, but I'll draw it out. Let's actually go look at that so you can see. As you can see, fair value gap here on the H1. So that was more confidence as well to execute that trade at 9:30. I originally had it marked out. So 9:45 came up and took me out. The way the 9:45 candle closed, very strong bullish. I was pretty confident that they may continue up. At that point, I was going to target Asian high here. I had to wait for more price action to come out. By the time the 10 o'clock candle came out, 10 o'clock swept the 9:45 candle. So I went ahead and took the sell right here. Once the 10 o'clock candle came about right here, I pulled the sell. They went down further. They ended up pulling back up. Stops were placed at the high. Then 10:15 candle came out, and my overall target was Asian low. And as we see, they went straight through and took out Asian low. So that was a great trade. The loss was 9:30, but I basically won the 10 o'clock trade. So next day, so this day here, 8 o'clock, 8:30, I'm on the charts at least by 8 o'clock. I typically don't trade before 9:30 unless it's very clean and obvious. Luckily, I was not looking at the charts at 8:30, or I probably definitely would have taken this just seeing how 8:30 swept London high. But I wasn't on the chart, so I didn't see it. I came back right at 9:28, 9:30, gave a nice bullish engulfing candle into this wick, which gave me more, again, confidence they were going to head upside, targeting possibly this Asian high. And the overall reason for me thinking that they were going to go for a buy for sure at this point was Tuesday, we had made a dramatic low that night prior to New York session, and we had taken out Asian and London all the way over here, which was primary liquidity I was looking at targeting between last week and this week. So for them to take it out the night prior, that gave me even more confidence thinking we would go bullish. So once this 9:30 candle came out and closed bullish engulfing into the 8:30 wick, that is a strong sign of momentum in the market making a decision to actually go higher. So as soon as this candle came down right here at this like efficient price action area where you see the tip of this wick on London comes to where it stops at, and then the tip of this candle here, I pulled the buy. Start to go up. This candle here was nice bullish engulfing candle at one point, so I was confident we would head up and then come into the supply and have to see what they do from there. But they didn't make it up there. This candle ended up wicking out, closing somewhat weak. This is the 10:30 candle, so now at this point, 10:30 candle has swept the 9 o'clock hour and the 8 o'clock hour, similar to the day before. But I just pretty much went stop profit on this. I ended up pulling my entry all the way up to here. Well, I'm sorry, my stop loss all the way up to here to go stop profit BE. And then this candle came out. Well, they came down. Next candle came down, took me out. I kind of sat and waited to see if possibly they just wanted to mitigate deeper into this fair value gap and continue up. But my 11 a.m. window closed. This candle here, 11 a.m. came out, mitigated this single candle order block. So that gave me more confirmation like they're probably not going to go up. And then from that point, 11 o'clock came in. I was like, all right, I just called it a day. So anyway, they ended up going down, mitigating this in candle order block created by 930 candle, and then they end up reversing and going back up, ranging out into Asian for the next day. So next day was a pretty easy trade on Wednesday. Woke up, good set here. We had took out yesterday high, so that's liquidity taken out. It also acted as an inducement for this somewhat of a range we have in price. Whenever they create a range and they close the range, I always look for inducement to the left. Left closest to the end of the range, which kind of gives me confidence that they'll use it as inducement or liquidity. Took out yesterday high, tapped into the supply left by Monday, and I went ahead and pulled it. So 930, the fact that they threw wicks to both sides, I wasn't that confident in taking the trade just yet, because I was like, they could possibly go up. 9:45 came out indecisive somewhat, 10 o'clock indecisive, and by 10:15 they actually made a decision. They pushed up and they mitigated 9:30. I went ahead and immediately, as soon as the 10:15 candle closed, I pulled the trade. This was 10:30. They mitigated into the 10:15. That was pretty great. Obvious target for me was London low. I always target the sessions if I can. And as you see, it went down, took out London low before it reversed back up. Then Thursday, which would have been a great trade, it took me out earlier before they actually played out. So right here, again, 930 comes up, sweeps London session. And that's obvious, again, obvious liquidity for me. Sweeping London session, coming into this supply that we've been sitting at for the whole week, basically. And then this, it was 9:45 candle came out, bearish engulfing, really nice candle. As soon as that candle closed down here, I went ahead and pulled stops down to stop profit. So I was a little bit lower than the base of that candle here. And I was pretty confident they would at least take out London, this double bottom, nice liquidity here. But they ended up reversing back up around 10:15. By 11 a.m., they actually swept the 9:15 candle. Like I said, at 11, my window for trading closes. I get off the charts. I don't take anything unless I'm already in an active trade, then I just manage. But they came back up at 11 a.m., swept me. They swept 9:30, and then they finally fell through with the sell. So this London liquidity was taken out. Yesterday low was taken out. And they came all the way down and took out this inducement here and then tapped into this somewhat of a demand-like area before they kind of temporarily reversed back up and then fell off. And then Friday, I did not take a trade at all Friday. I just didn't. I think news played a role in this Friday, but I kind of wasn't looking at the charts. And even then, this just was not like an ideal set. This is the 930 candle that came out. And of course, 930 did what it always does. We took out Tuesday's low, tapped into something way over here on the left, took out that, I think that Asian London was already taken out. I think they took out these lows here, if I'm not mistaken. And then they reversed up. So, I mean, looks like it was a good trade had I been paying attention. Maybe would have caught this. I can't say for sure, depending on how fast this candle came out. But, yeah, that was the entire week, the breakdown of the week, and how I look at the market. So, link is in the description for the free ebook, full breakdown of the method behind the way I trade and how I read the markets. And if you want the complete system, Price Speaks is linked there as well.